Good evening, I hope everybody is doing well. What I'm going to be talking about is Summer Wells. She's obviously went missing. She's about 9 now. Summer went missing on the 15th of June 2021. Obviously, there's really not been any updates at all, because obviously I'm just sort of reading, obviously apart from wishing her a happy 9th birthday, things like that. Obviously she went missing from in America, and obviously I've seen different people obviously covering this story, and obviously according to there's Deception Detective. I mean, the dad can get very angry with different YouTubers because he watches people's channels. He can watch my channel all he wants. Obviously, we just want to know that Summer's okay, that she's got to be brought back home safe and sound, because there's a lot of controversy over this case. I know they were on that's terrible, I can't remember, but they were on this chat. I know it was a guy, Dr. Phil, sorry, and he and other people were kind of questioning them. Now, when she went missing, she was obviously in the basement. She went in the basement to play with her brothers or something. But according to the mum and the dad, the dogs would bark and things like that. Strangers were in the area. Now, the area's quite, it's like a big bit of land and there's lots of trees, and the neighbours are quite a distance from each other. So, and nobody's seen that wee girl. Nobody, not one person. Now, what she's pictured is behind, and what has got a lot of people actually speaking about this case is behind her, is she's got, the wee girl has got shaved her hair, and it says for sale. And after that, then she went missing, but they said she shaved her hair through like lice and things like that. Obviously, the mum and dad was obviously saying, we live in endless possibilities of what our precious girl has gone through. It's like she could be down the street, she could be in another country, she could be abused for all years. She could be with God, we have no idea. Obviously the mum, Candice, said that her daughter vanished in a flash while everyone was home. See, the thing is, I've got my wee two bit in this as well, because it's like, where the heck is she? These sort of cases kind of, you de-question. It's like, I know what the gran obviously had medication. There's people speaking about they could have drugged the wee girl and sold her. Obviously people that are not very nice people. Obviously she went missing for Tennessee, and the Hawkins Sheriff Office put out a endangered child alert and upgraded to an amber alert, which is still active in 2025. So if anybody knows or have seen her, obviously contact the police in Tennessee, as obviously the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office, because They said they had investigated 6,500 leads and tips, as well as conducted multiple interviews. Unfortunately, the department has yet to find answers. It's a shame because it's like that's from 2021. That's through that. Yeah, that was through when COVID was happening, when lockdown was happening. I was trying to think, when was that about? So she went missing during that. Obviously, she looks very like her mum, very like her mum. So if you seen her, you would know it was her. Even when she's a lot, especially as she grows, you can see the resemblance of mother and daughter. Obviously, her mum was saying, it says, when I look at the picture of Summer, I see my daughter. I could tell you if my daughter was missing. It's like, it's a lot. It's like some of the things that the parents were saying didn't make sense. They spoke about her straight away in past tense. And why do you speak about your child in past tense? If your child has went missing, you would speak about them in present tense. Now you'd speak about them in past tense because obviously there's nothing. TBI Assistant Director of the Criminal Investigation has also said it's yet to find evidence, including that Summer was abducted or that she ran away. I do not think that wee girl ran away. I do not think she was abducted. Because the fact is, and they've still not found nothing. It's like, according to parents, they didn't really go into the woods and things like that. So why would she run away? Especially when so something's happened. Were they carrying on? The siblings were all carrying on while the mum was outside. If she's been hurt accidentally, and or maybe because she was very young. So maybe did she get into the grand's medication or one of the parents' medication, and obviously passed away and they're covering it up. Melton added that the department wasn't filming the investigation at just one possibility. He cautioned the public on speculating about what happened to Summer. Many people have speculated what they think has happened in the case. The difficult part of the speculation is that if we as investigators speculate and focus our efforts in one direction, we are making a huge mistake. See, they've got to think as police, wide range. They've got to think everything and not just zoom on one thing, because they've got to look at every possibilities and look for that possibilities. And see, I just think the police are very slow on these cases, but also I think they know there's something wrong. Something doesn't sit right with this case. Go to Deception Detective. I know I've said it in a few other videos, but he has covered this case very well. And watch the guy that I was talking about that has interviewed them. But there was also these detectives, and when they were getting questioned, they were saying there's something that doesn't sit right. But that was before, obviously, they were speaking to, he was speaking to obviously these private investigators, obviously their body languages and things like that, and they were given their, obviously, no, there's something not right. And then obviously Dr. Phil was obviously then questioning obviously the parents, because obviously they're going on about the body language and how, because it's not that you can tell by body language if somebody's lying, and how it's like the McCanns and the case with Lily and Jack and things like that. These cases are, when it comes to the children, you've got to kind of read into things and what has happened and how the kids have been brought up and things like that. So the police have got to do their job. We can speculate all we want and see this, that and the other thing, but that's up to the police to do their job. But that's been for, as I say, it's been 2021 and this is now 2025 and there's still been nothing. Melton explained that the department hasn't stopped on the ground search efforts and won't start interviewing sources who have information on Summer's whereabouts. All stones are being turned over, he assured the public, adding that the investigators won't start up until they find answers. We're not going to allow this case to sit on a shelf. We're committed to bringing Summer home and we will keep working on this case until she's home, he concluded. He told also to dailymail.com that he has been in communication with TPI and police who have assured the family that they are continuing to investigate the case and are still receiving leads weekly. Obviously, Summer's father is obviously added that he appreciated obviously Melton's video update, but it still feels like his family is always just walking in the dark. The years-long case into Summer's whereabouts has been a confusing and exhausting journey. I mean, it's like, when you see, she was last seen going into the basement of her home, as I said, to play with her toys, while her mum was outside. And it's not to say that she wasn't loved. She had 4 older brothers, so there's obviously, you can see, but it's the fact is, what has went on. This is, as I said, for 2021, that wee girl's still not been found. And it's like, obviously I know there's also wild animals and things like that in America, because it's searching, it's like the bears and coyotes and mountain lions and things like that. I don't know what sort of wild animals are in Tennessee, but surely they would, if an animal had got her, they would hear her screams, because animals, when obviously, you know, wild animals, when they've got a hold of somebody, some animals tear the kids apart, unfortunately. Also they kill them, and because they just see them like a bit of meat. Because animals don't understand that that's a child and they're not supposed to touch that child. Do you know what I mean? They just see it as a food source, some of them. Especially wild cats, I mean, they'll just go for you. Absolutely go for you, so they will. Investigators launched a comprehensive search during the initial days following her disappearance. They covered more than 3,000 acres of ground and enlisted the help of tracking dogs, drones, helicopters and planes. Hawkins County is a rural area and Summer's home in Ben Hill Road in the Beech Creek community was on top of a steep hill. At the time, her parents feared that she had been abducted and believed that she was taken off the property. Dawn still believes that Summer was taken. I don't. I really don't. I mean, you want to think that, so you hope. I mean, because you don't want to think that a parent, as I says, has done something to their kid. But I do think something's not right in this case. Something doesn't sit right. And as a mum of 7 and a grandma, 1 and 1 in a wee, it's like, you know, there's something not right. It's like your gut instinct telling you something's not right. Especially when they're speaking, and they were speaking straight away as in past tense. Summer's family had been plagued with tragedy since their daughter went missing. A month after she disappeared, her 3 brothers were removed from the family home and placed in care of Tennessee Department of Children's Services. Now, for the boys to be placed in foster care means there was a reason for the kids to be placed in foster care, because not all the times, social work are not the best people, believe it or not, but there must have been significant evidence or something within the house, whatever. The house could have been in disarray, or the property wasn't up to scratch, and the fact that now obviously the wee girls went missing, and obviously the fact that the boys have been taken, the social work thinks something's happened. The missing girl's father said on the G4 Justice podcast at the time that it was better that they were in the care of DCS due to unwanted attention from the public at their home. No. I'm going to tell you straight. It's like my kids get taken into care. I thought them and I got every one of them back home, right? Because obviously I didn't know how to cope. I'm glad they were taken into care because I done courses on how to be a better parent, to make sure I was a better parent and things like that. But I was heavily depressed because, one, I was sexually abused as a child, and I went and ended up in 2 domestic violence relationships. I lost my mum. So I did. And then a year later I lost my grandpa. And then I split up with obviously the 5 younger kids' dads, and he was very abusive to me and the kids, and it took every ounce of effort to leave him. The only way I left him was because he was in jail. I felt free. But rather than asking for help, I thought I was coping and I didn't. I wasn't coping. So, yeah, believe me, no kid is better. All kids are better with their parents if they're obviously capable of looking after their kids. Or if you ask for help, you'll get the help if needed. Because social work just, it's like what I thought, as I said, I thought they won my kids because they took the younger kids, because obviously my oldest ones were older and they didn't touch them. But yeah, it's no that. So saying that they were better in care, is that not telling you something? That something doesn't sit right? What is it, the life they don't want? What parent would say their child is better off in care? I would never say, because they abused my kids. Well, my kids would tell you straight what they suffered when in foster care was absolutely ridiculous. And I'm on groups with other parents who their kids were in foster care are still fighting for their kids, and believe me, it's a lot, because social work can be very and lie about you and all the rest of it, and believe me, I know for a fact they can. But in this case, there must have been something that the fact that Summers went missing, for a start, that's why they've taken the boys, and there must have been other things that they've obviously come onto the bit of land to find other things. So, but never ever once do you ever say that your kids are better in care. Your kids are better. If you go to all these courses, never ever be afraid to ask for help as a parent, because we can better ourselves as parents every single day. It's let it go, right, I said that, I could do better the next time. Never go to your bed angry with your kids, but always tell them you love them. It's like, because they've got to be fed right, they've got to be watered, everything, nurtured. It's like they've obviously have meals I mean, when they're autistic, my autistic kids only eat certain foods, right, because they do with colours and things like that. So, and that's one thing social work used on me. And I'm going, no. But my lawyer was amazing and done everything. And that's how I proved them out liars. And so did mine. I mean, I had a lot of help getting my kids on. Did they like it? No, they didn't. But see, when I fight for something, what I believe in, I fight for it, and I fight tooth and nail. My kids are my kids. I carry them, I birth them, and I will stick by them every tooth and nail. I tell them if the day rang, then no, I wouldn't stick by them. I've told them that straight. I would even take them to the police station myself, because they know the way I work. But with this case, there you go, it's telling you straight there. Why would a father sit and say your children are better than care? I don't get it. It's not that, they're saying it's everybody attacking us and all this stuff going on. It's probably better for them, he said. Dawn elaborated in an email to the dailymail.com. Look, our daughter was stolen from us, her hands were full, her emotions were full, it can't be described. That Summer's dad explained that he thought DCS was helping the family by protecting their kids from unwanted attention. No. The social work department wouldn't come in and just take your kids because you've got papers around and things like that. That your job as a parent is to protect your children. But as a parent, as I said, I was heavily depressed, and I now know, I mean, my kids are basically adults now. My youngest is 16 now, so, but they've got their own lives now. It's like they still mum it's still we still have family time, so we do play board games and things like that, because I feel it's important to have that family time. But to see, this is where I've seen videos of the way Don has to thingy the narrative. He has to speak, and he gets very angry, very agitated. So something's not went right in that family dynamics. Something's not, because that's why social work would never have went in because of media attention at all. They said they took our sons, they kept our sons, and they made us sign them over to them. He said, adding, they took them so far away it was impossible to have any quality for communications. Why don't they fight? Get a lawyer. If you feel that as a parent, get a lawyer, fight. They've got cars, they can go travel, so why can't you go travel to see your children? They boys will be so confused and grow up thinking mum and dad don't love them. Absolutely heartbreaking. They fittingly, this is when your child disappears, then your other children are taken from you. What's left? Don said. They were called an Amber Alert family. I guess we are, but what family? They took it all, he added. Obviously, it's like it was an alert because I got a child who's went missing. For a start, she was very young. She was only like 4 or 5 when she went missing. But the fact is, if the social workers come in and they're not allowing them to see the children at all, they've taken them away, which means, but it's not that you're getting his point in it. His social work actually gave them a chance to actually come visit the kids. It's not that, as I say, there's always two sides of the stories, because I see my kids all the time when they were in care. Believe me, I've seen them all the time. I took toys for them to play with, I cooked meals and took the meals with me. I mean, I had about 6 bags all the time. And then at Christmas time, I always remember, it's like, I done it between because obviously the time, obviously the social work and all that, I have to have time off. So obviously I had it on Christmas Eve, and then obviously just after Christmas. So they had 2 Christmases. So they had some of the presents on one day, and some, I would give them 10 presents. So it was with 5 in one time and 5 in another. But do you know what? They came back with every single blinking toy I bought them. Every toy. And not once, the kids always, because they always wanted to try and put them up for adoption and things like that. And I was like, no chance. Absolutely no chance. See, this is social work, get bonuses every time they take a child off you. And then if they adopt a child, they get more bonuses. So you've got to know the system, and that awakened me even more to how this is a ring with social work, and it went and led me down a rabbit hole. But my lawyer, Juvenile, we got a psychologist in, and done video. And see, this is if you're a parent, you will fight. And this is no that when that guy done that video, that was it. That's how I got my kids home. And I did not give up. I didn't give up. I refused. And I'll never give up on the people I love or anything I believe in. Now, why have these parents not fought? If they know their child has went missing, why are they not fighting for the children that are still around? That's what I don't understand. It's like, you can give credit to Maddie's parents, right, for them. They've kept the other 2 safe and all the rest of it, right? Still think they should have been charged with neglect, but these should have been charged with neglect. The Bells family have always been victims of harassment since Summer's disappearance. There are also many who made a life a living hell as we try to focus on what happened to Summer. But these people constantly distracted us and made things so much worse. Obviously, that according to Don. Don explained that he didn't know much about social media, but yet he was on and then started going on as making false names and that, with people who exposed that. All that to see what people were saying about him, his wife, and his children, and try to give his true bit in it. But when he speaks, he's lying. It's like Dawn explained that he didn't know much about the social worker when she disappeared and made mistakes with trusting internet slurs. Why would you friend everybody? It's just all sorts of lies. Right, I mean, he did serve time for driving under the influence in February 2022. The year after he went missing. Get me wrong, his kids went missing. But do I believe that she's just went missing or whatever? No. It's also after Zaretti's family released a statement, right, and there are no words to each day and night. We needed cigarettes. It was a stupid decision. Obviously, keep them in a prayer, according to said Don, and obviously their pain won't go away. We'll fight for your kids. Fight for your kids. This has been, the wee girl has been missing for 2021. Now, hopefully, some answers come out soon. This is running a bit longer because obviously this is when it talks as a parent and obviously try to explain about social work. There's no way social work would come and take your kids unless it had a valid reason. Sometimes they do, but there's no. Obviously, they've had concerns. Schools, you think schools would have got involved and other people maybe they have said something. So please, there's something not right. Go watch Deception Detective. Go watch Dr. Phil with with these parents and how their body language are. And also see what I'm talking about. So please, if you know where Summer Wells is, please phone Hawkins Police Station in Tennessee and let them know if you see her. And remember, she'll be a bit older now, but she'll look exactly like her mum or dad. So, obviously, I'll try to see if there's a number and post it, but I'll just maybe mention the police station and you can look it up for yourself if you're in America. You can easily get that number, obviously. But please phone the police if you know anything. Do not phone with any false things or anything, or just saying things, because you're wasting police time. Do not waste the police time. This is an active investigation. It's an open case. So please, let's hope and pray that we can bring Summer home safe and sound, and maybe no back to their parents, especially if they're not going to go and fight for the kids that they've already got still, which have not, according to them, have not seen freedom been taken off them, which is very sad. They boys would be, it's not that, and if they're in care, they'll be very angry, very angry. Sending love and light, and good night.